Hello, welcome to a tasting. This is a tasting video of a parti-gyle beer we did. For those who didn't see it, I'll throw a description below, the brew day that is. But essentially, I took the first run off, he took the second run off, made his own beer, like a sessionish IPA.
White IPA.
Yeah.
I don't know how white it turned out, but it's supposed to be white IPA.
I made a barley wine with the first run off. I'm not going to get into too much details. I'll let you guys watch the brew day video if you haven't seen it. But we basically went off this gravity point thing from this, I think it was a BYO article. But I'll post that in the, or my post, on my blog. I'll put that description below where I go through all this in detail. But the first run off ended up being a little too high. It was a 1073 and the target was 1060. So that formula using gravity points didn't quite work out, but I did find a calculator that actually worked out pretty good later on, and it was pretty accurate. He hit his numbers really spot on.
I was exactly. I've never hit my numbers every single time.
For his, he got Cascade Citra, mostly 60 minute, 20 minute, and then what I liked about this, he put bitter orange peel at 5 minutes, which is a good idea.
Yeah.
Then dry hopped it. Oh, and Centennial right at 0. And then dry hopped it with more bitter orange peel and more Centennial. And then IBUs were about 70, OG about 1060, or 1061 it says here. And then from mine, my first runoff, it was an OG of 1097, and IBUs were 90, and that was just Chinook 60 minutes and 10 minutes. And I used USO5, so it's same with his. And it was 2-row. That's all we did. He did add a little bit of, I don't think I have it on here, a little bit.
It was 20, Crystal 20, and you gave me flack for it because you're like, I thought you were making a
white.
white.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, hey, the SRMs are like 7. We'll see.
Yeah,
when we pour it, we'll see.
Now, full disclosure, I did tell him right before we started filming, I totally forgot to stir in the priming sugar properly. I put it in there, I gave it a quick little stir, and then I walked away, got distracted, bottled, and I was like, oh. So I prefer really to get it in there. So I did open a bottle just to check, and it wasn't fully carbonated yet. That was about 4 weeks ago. And hopefully it's carbonated. So we're starting with his.
Let's hope for the hiss.
This is the worst opener. Oh, it sounded like it hissed.
A little bit.
This is definitely more carbon than it was, for sure.
Yeah, it still needs a little stream treatment to get it. Oh.
But it's not bad, though, actually. It's definitely way, way better than it was.
But
you know, I bet the fact that it is carbonated, you know, there are bubbles in there.
All right, cheers.
All right, cheers. It's very light. Whatever was there has kind of gone. It was it was more hoppier early on.
Yeah. It's not as white as I would.
No,
I would hope.
definitely, but still within the IPA range. But I think this is wonderful. I mean, the taste on it, the orange is coming through. It's very citrus. The bitter balance on it's pretty nice. You know, I don't know if the bitter orange peel is adding a little bitterness to it. It very well could.
I think it does add a little bit.
A tiny bit. At least perceived.
It doesn't have as rich of a nose as I'd hope.
And then when it first,
I think it's because I think I would beef up the dry hop.
Yeah,
in the future.
I could see that. When I first tasted it, right when I was at bottling, it was like really orange bitter peel, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
That's the way the Magic Hat one was too.
And it mellowed out.
That had like a ton of bitter orange peel.
Yeah.
And we tasted. Link in the description for the video.
Oh yeah, I'll find that.
It was the same issue where the bitter orange peel was powerful, like overpowering.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, it was mellow.
Yeah. This, I think, when I first bottled it and I first tried the first bottle that was a little flat, way more flat than this.
Mm-hmm.
It was, the nose on it was like really good. So I wonder if just sitting around for a little bit, just the nose sort of wore off.
I think so.
Just got a little...
I think I would, in the future, I would probably put more late additions to the boil.
Yeah, maybe adjust that a little bit.
And like floral additions.
Yep.
And then do a beefier dry hop.
I think it's one change I would make too. And the bitter orange peel amount, now that it's been a little bit, I think is perfect. But yeah, just up the hopping later on.
Well, I think the Citra and the orange peel definitely gel together.
I agree.
And then the Centennial just kind of beefs it up. It's a good summer IPA.
For sure. I hope this bottled conditioned. I've had a hard time bottle conditioning big beers, so is he. Just that much alcohol struggles. There is a paper done, I'm going to take a stab at his name right now, Dr. Matt Bochman. He did a whole thing about acid shock with yeast and bottle conditioning. And it does relate also to high alcohol beers. You basically acclimate your yeast in a little starter with some of the beer you're going to bottle, so it gets used to what you're doing.
Oh,
what
that's
the yeast
interesting.
does. Yeah, and then you bottle with that
like-
little solution.
It's like tempering an egg. kinda.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so this, I didn't do it with this. I was torn. I was like, ugh. So, I don't know. Hopefully it's carved. That's my only little caveat on this. I don't know. Ooh, it didn't sound good.
That had less of a hiss than
It
mine
did.
did.
It really did. Oh, boy.
High. Bring it up
Oh,
high.
boy. This is definitely flat. Yeah, it's flat.
That's a great nose, though.
It is really good.
It's got that, like, not even chocolate. It's just like, it's just a sweet, nice,
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
big
caramel,
nose.
sort of. Oh, the bitterness on that's wonderful. Wow.
It's a.
Wow, that's bitter. But it balances great because it's such a big beer.
It kind of needs to be.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's. I mean, yes, it is bitter. But it's not as drinkable as the
No.
IPA, but
It's also flat.
it's also flat. It's also. I think it works.
It does work.
I definitely think it works.
Uh,
If it had carbonation, I think it might play different on the tongue too.
I'm with you on that because it has a more of a
Like-
syrupy thing when it's flat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cloying.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
because I've noticed that with other beers that didn't carb,
Yeah.
that were especially that were high gravity.
All right,
So-
I'm gonna go get another bottle and see if it's flat because that's the set.
Well, Jay's getting another bottle. This is very good, but it's very cloying.
I did bottle with yeast though, even though I didn't do the whole like acid shock thing. Oh, that one sounded carbonated. Definitely more of a hiss than the last bottle. Oh
It's
yeah,
better.
way better.
It's better.
It's way better. This is carbonated. Okay, thank God. I will have something to drink. Now this is gonna be warmer, obviously, because this was not cold at all.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
The nose is better.
It is better actually, even
Yeah.
than carbonated and a
It
little
might
warm.
have cleaned up to 3 extra weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better.
Oh, much better.
That's way better.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
actually really nice.
So it just needed more time.
It seemed more time. Yeah, that was it. And I bet it's definitely a lot less cloying. It's a lot more smoother.
Way less cloying.
And for being whatever 1097 is,
yeah.
I think I did take a gravity reading. I think it was at 1020.
Well, it has much more of like the barley wine character. It's less syrupy.
Yes. Yeah.
It's more like it just tastes more like a standard barley wine.
Yeah, and
you know.
it's pretty bitter too. So the balance on it's nice. It almost has like a triple IPA sort of hoppiness to it. Yeah, I bet in like 6 months or so this will be really rounded out because it's still fairly young for a barley wine.
I would leave them for Yeah,
let's leave them for before I even cold condition it. And look how clear that is too. That's just even
It's beautifully.
room temp. Yeah, it's really nice looking beer. So yeah, I'm happy with it. So now we can open up if you want. There'll be room temperature, another one of yours. If you want, or do you want to
let's
wait?
open up a
Okay.
white.
Okay.
Oh,
That
yeah.
sounded
That's
better.
That's much better.
Yeah.
That's a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. Look,
That's much
way more head on
Yeah.
that one. Although the other one wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible, but it was like yours was such improved that
Yeah.
I figured we should try mine too.
I agree. The nose on it's about the same, I will say. I love that taste of this beer. The taste on it's so good.
Is it weird to kind of like it warm? Like at room temperature?
No,
I mean, I know that's like they do that
It's
in the
like-
UK, but they don't usually do it with IPAs.
I mean, it
It's like
tastes.
stouts.
Yeah. It's true. It's
Yeah.
probably 60 degrees
Like
ish.
cream ales and stuff you
Yeah.
can drink at room temperature, but
But it has like a nitro IPA thing going on, or a cask IPA.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I actually really like this,
Yeah, it's awesome.
and You think bump the bitter orange peel up a little bit?
I think now
in the,
taste.
in the at the in the adjuncts at the end,
I
like
think,
while it's conditioning.
I think it's now that I'm tasting. I think it's right.
Okay.
I think the amounts for a 1 gallon batch. I think it's spot on.
Oh.
Maybe a fraction if you were to do it, like just a fraction.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
But definitely more floral.
a little more hops at the end, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little more dry hopping. All right, well, we got 2 good beers out of it. We had to open up 2 other bottles,
Yeah.
but here we are. We're still doing well. So yeah, parti-gyles are fun. You know, you get 2 beers out of it. You can really experiment. The next time we're going to do this, I'm going to take the runoff, and I'll take the second runoff, and he'll take the first runoff. So in the next couple of weeks, we want to try and do this again. And that's it for this video. Get out there, keep getting weird, and see you guys next time.
Cheers.